few of my first roles in product marketing at a sales-led organization. Yeah, for good or bad, sometimes that dynamic comes up where reps are kind of protective of having additional conversations. I think the first thing I do to break that ice and make sure it's easy to approach the rep, ask them for these conversations, is to really just show that you have empathy for them and the buyer. So I'm reminded of, even for this last job, when I showed up to the interview, I said, hey, I'm going to show up on day one with research from an actual prospect or someone in this field. So right now we sell to HR buyers primarily. And I said, I'm going to go find an HR buyer that sits in our ICP that happened to be in my network and someone I can talk to, and use most of her knowledge and the things that she actually said to inform my messaging strategy for your case study that will eventually get me the job. Now, when I showed up to day one and started having those one-on-ones with a few of the reps, I made it very clear that I had this kind of knowledge. So then they're able to have a conversation back with me instead of me saying, let's just talk about how things are at work and, hey, can I join a conversation? Instead, you just show up, hey, can you help me understand this prospect? I'm trying to understand better, because if you go into their head, what are they thinking about? They're thinking about the buyer, and they're thinking about how are they going to ask the right questions to get the discovery they need to provide pain and then eventually show how your product ties to that pain. So when we have that opportunity and we're able to show that, yeah, we kind of, understand that path as product marketers and are willing to go out there to the market and have those conversations ourselves, then sellers start to trust you a lot more. Because I think there's this stigma around marketing that we kind of just sit behind doors and, create ads and don't have those conversations. I think product marketing especially is uniquely positioned to show up as a quasi seller and have those meetings, have those discussions, bring them back to the sellers.